Chair. A couple things. I thank everyone for coming this evening. I think it's important to hear positions that individuals have, especially on topics like this. I've been in this board for about 15 years, and this is not the first one. As a policy, this board has always taken, regardless of what people may say, we do listen to what people have to say. At times we agree, at times we disagree. Honestly, there is always a sector of the community that's against any kind of growth or change, and I understand that. I think I look at the Olmsted ideas in terms of integrating people in a common place to ensure that everybody has access regardless of their place of origin, their economical standings in the community. So a park is the right place for the situation. Now, often we utilize the name of a sport complex, which when I think of sport complex, I think of the Meadowlands. This is no Meadowland. This is a very simple 1,200 seat place that, I heard you all night, so please have the courtesy to at least listen a little bit. Okay? We have been very simple about this. And the reality is that we have, first of all, that I'm aware, we have not approved any contracts. The issues in terms of the design, to my knowledge, have not been yet done. The issue in terms of parking, there is no alternate parking other than the facility that's there across the skating, across the pool. So I don't know, and I will be, when I look at some of the, when we have available drawings or renditions, I will be able to make a more informed decision as to what exactly we're talking about. Has there been some projections in terms of cost? Every project that, even that we talk about in terms, general terms, we have an idea what it may cost and where the money's going to come from. Now, this has been going on for months, probably since last year sometime. And to my knowledge, there hasn't been a shovel placed on the ground. So this is a lot of time that will take place before they actually this happens. It is true that we have changed our opinions in numerous circumstances, but we don't know. This is a very moving issue, and we'll see what happens. I do appreciate you sharing your comments. Yes, we have received emails. We have seen them, have read them. Unfortunately, I haven't answered to all of them because it's just the magnitude of. But I see them. We see them. The reality is that there will be further information as these things develop. We're working in close relationship not only with the City of Rahway, but the Rahway Board of Education and also the county. Yes, people want to use the field that they had used before, but unfortunately, if you're aware or you live in Rahway, you know the impact that that all the rain has done and the damage that it's done in order to be able to use it. I think the kids in Rahway deserve to have a place they can play, not only the city in Rahway, because if you do anything in a Green Acres site, which Rahway Park is, it means that it's open to the community as a whole. Green Acres are open to every resident of the state. And we're very cognizant of that, and that's the reality that we face with the future.
In regards to the football stadium, first of all, I got a Facebook invite about this particular group. I got invited to this group. I got to tell you, if I live 1.5 miles away, I often will walk my dog to my house on Exeter Road in Linden, and I'll go down Style Street, take the left at St. John's, and down the road, and right in the park, and we do a loop. If what I was being advertised in that Facebook page was being built, I would be opposed to it. But that's not what's being built. About 4 years ago, I became a freeholder, and one of the first projects I learned about was a plan to re-turf fields at various parks throughout the county. The 4 parks that were identified to me were Wheeler Park in Linden, Botano Park in Elizabeth, Rizzuto Field, and Rahway River Park. And for years, the county had been planning to upgrade those turf fields. Why do we want to upgrade the turf fields? Because there is such a demand for use from various youth groups throughout the county. People love to come out and use the fields. We get so many requests, not just for a football group, for a soccer group, rugby groups, all sorts of athletic field programs want to use these fields. There's such a tremendous demand. And we built one in Rizzuto, we built one in Wheeler, and I will tell you, we had, when we did the Wheeler Field Park, because I live in Linden, I got a lot of calls personally from the council people there. We had a meeting in the community, we talked about the issues, we talked about concerns that the residents had, and the concerns weren't realized, because at the end of the day, it's a good facility, a good facility, fit within the existing footprint of the park, and the public liked it. I'm sure there's going to be concerns, and I appreciate that the chairman is going to make sure that members of the Parks Department get out there. When we have actual plans to discuss, we'll be able to bring out that information to the public. But I will say, we in terms of not letting people know, this has been something that the county has been talking about doing for years, and we've been doing this as we've upgraded fields for years. There's the investment in terms of returfing with sod. Athletic fields is not a good investment for the taxpayer dollars in terms of usage and the useful life of those fields. We've been doing it. We made a big announcement about it in 2014, and this really came from, we said we were doing this, we've been planning to do that, and we always stepped forward and said, if you're doing this anyway, we'd like to add to it. And I think we are committed to keeping within the footprint of the existing project. We're going to honor all those things that make Royal River Park a great park. But I think people should withhold judgment until there are actual plans in place that people can scrutinize and make comments on. Because, first thing that happened tonight, we said, look, let's be very honest. We're not talking about 5,000 seats. We're not talking about we're not talking about MetLife Stadium in the middle of Royal River Park. And yet people kept coming up and saying, you're going to build this big thing. Let's get plans out there, let everyone comment. As county manager said, we're going to get all the proper approvals from DEP and any other regulatory agency that we are required to do so, because that's how we are. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to start by endorsing and adopting the comments of Freeholder Estrada and Hudak as concerns the field in Raway. And I'm not going to repeat what they said, but I feel compelled to really say once again, we see the comments online, we see the petition, but it concerns me that the information that is the basis for the signatures on that petition is not correct. And I'm not faulting the people who posted it. Nobody, I don't think, purposely put up incorrect information, but it's old information. And this freeholder board, I don't believe, has ever considered 5,000 seats there. We agree with you, that doesn't make sense. Bleachers for 1,200 people, it sounds like a lot, but it's really not. If you look at other football fields around the county, the plan, as I understand it, is not to increase the footprint. I believe that if the public can give us an opportunity to move this project along in due course as it will, that we will in fact have a public information session for the citizens of Raway and Clark, so you can find out really what is being planned there, not what's been said online, which is stale or misguided information. And hopefully at that point, there can be a true dialogue about what is truly planned at that park, so that what is good for the public, all of the public in Raway and Clark and in this county can be done. And I believe that's the goal of this freeholder board, every member on it, in every project we consider, and certainly is concerning this project. So we appreciate you being here, we appreciate your comments, and hopefully the dialogue will continue, and we are listening to what you have to say. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Nothing else tonight.
Thank you, Vice Chairman. I also want to address, I think that's, finally, there were some statements made with regard to the budget by certain speakers. Certainly thank you for your comments. I thank you for always coming to our meetings and kind of pushing us to do better and do better. I thought that, last year after having the lowest tax levy in 14 years, and then this year starting with a proposed budget even lower than that, would give us a kind of thumbs up, but we'll keep working. We'll keep working. I believe at one point the number was reached 2, and now it's reached 0. So, we'll keep doing our best to have a lower tax levy every year than the year. Thank you. Those are all my comments for today. Thank you all for coming out. God bless.
Motion to adjourn.